The king's ears are donkey ears. Once upon a time, there was a king who was loved and respected by everyone in his kingdom. He was handsome, wise, and kind to his people. But the king had a secret one that only a few knew. His ears were not like anyone else's. They were long and pointed, just like those of a donkey. When the king first noticed this strange change, he was very worried. Afraid that people would laugh at him or lose respect for him, he made sure to always wear a special hat that covered his ears carefully. No one knew the truth except the royal hat maker, the only person allowed to fit hats onto the king's head. The hat maker was shocked when he saw the king's donkey ears. The king gave strict instructions: "Do not ever tell anyone about my ears. If this secret is revealed, terrible punishment will follow." The hat maker swore to keep the secret for the rest of his life. Yet the secret weighed heavily on the hat maker's heart. Every day, he felt more and more troubled. The burden of keeping the secret made him ill. His mind was filled with worry, and he grew weak as time passed. One night, the hat maker could bear the secret no longer. He decided that since he might die anyway, he would free his troubled heart by telling the truth to something that could not tell anyone else. So he went to a deep bamboo forest behind the palace. There he dug a hole in the ground and shouted loudly into the empty space, "The king's ears are donkey ears. The king's ears are donkey ears." Over and over he repeated the truth until he felt as if a heavy weight had been lifted from his chest. He returned home feeling lighter and healthier, but his shouting into the bamboo forest had a strange effect. The next day, on a windy morning, the bamboo leaves swayed and rustled. With every breeze, the bamboo seemed to whisper, "The king's ears are donkey ears. The king's ears are donkey ears." Villagers passing by the bamboo forest heard the strange whispers and were surprised. Soon word traveled quickly through the village, then the town, and finally all across the kingdom. Everyone knew the king's secret. The king was furious when he heard the news. He ordered the bamboo forest to be cut down immediately, hoping to silence the whispers. But new bamboo quickly grew, and the whispers continued with the wind. The king then replaced the bamboo with other trees, but no matter what was planted, secret kept spreading with the rustling leaves. Eventually the news spread so widely that not a single person in the kingdom was unaware of the king's donkey ears. The king was embarrassed and fell ill from the shame. One day 2 men came to the king's palace, a middle-aged man and a young man, possibly his son. They had been observing the people's stories and wished to speak to the king with respect. Through their conversation, the king realized the truth behind the secret. It was the voice of his people asking him to be honest and humble. Moved by this realization, the king smiled for the first time in many days. He lifted the secret as a lesson for himself and his kingdom that everyone has flaws. But honesty and acceptance are the greatest strengths. From that day forward, the king ruled not as a perfect image, but as a true leader with honesty and kindness. And his people loved him even more for it.